In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to add $6,801 in just 6 days. And I'm going to show you that step by step based on what we recently did with one of our clients where we added 4,981 pounds in just 6 days, as you can see, which of the day of the recording is $6,801 US. And I'm gonna be breaking down what happened day by day, and the best part of this video is that you can literally just copy and paste that to your own high ticket info business. And my promise to you is that this video is definitely not gonna be about just provide value type of advice, how to go viral, or talking about some weird money mindset. Because instead, this video is gonna be 100% pure tactics and the boring business stuff that will actually make you money as a high ticket info business, and that most likely, to be honest, you probably never heard of. So that means if someone literally put a gun to my head, okay, and told me to add a few $1,000s to a high ticket business in less than a week, this is exactly what I would do day by day. Let's dive into this. Day one, objectives. Optimize funnel entry, start creating VSL, decision video, and retargeting ads. Day one is of course the busiest because we need to set up all the foundations. Optimizing funnel entry. First impressions matter, right? And the first thing that your prospect will see is your IG profile. And that's where we need to start, because your profile can literally make or break everything else. So let's talk about how to do it. Of course, when it comes to the profile picture, right? We don't want any selfie, any nonchalant photo. We want just professional photo with a clean background. Then when it comes to this name right here, I would recommend just your real name, for example, John Smith. When it comes to this name right here, I would have your name and then what you actually do. For example, John Smith, remote sales coach. Then the first line of your bio, your biggest achievement, why they should stay and actually listen to you, right? So for example, helped 50 plus people lose 20 pounds in a month. Then the second line, so what do you do, right? So it's either action ICP with problem or action ICP have ideal scenario. So for example, helping busy 9-to-5ers with addiction or helping e-com businesses run profitable ads. And the last line of your bio is just a call to action, right? So it's either a call to action to DM you or call to action to watch the link in your bio. So for example, DM me start to get started or how to lose 20 pounds in 7 days. And of course, this is a deep link to your VSL. Now, something really important when it comes to highlights, I would highly recommend sticking with just those three. First, clients' results. The more you have, the better. Then testimonials. And at the end, if you want, you can also have some kind of lifestyle highlight. And if you do all of those correctly, you will have a profile that can be trusted. So optimize funnel entry done. Let's talk about the second point. Start creating VSL, decision video, and retargeting ads. So you are probably thinking right now, how do I create a VSL? So let me break this down for you. So there are two great ways to create a VSL. One, if you have a really cool story of your journey, proof, and a big following. And the second one, if you have a smaller following and one outstanding case study. And those videos can literally change your lives. So the first, step number one, establish identity and mission. My name is John and this is my entire unpolished story. Then open a macro loop with big promise and a contrast. I went from a broke student to building a $10 million business. Inject something that people can relate to, early pain plus identity. I was working low paying jobs and things like that. Then introduce your unique mechanism. And this one framework that helped me with all of this is, after that, start opening micro loops. The first step is, the second step is, the third step is. Use this sequence for every micro loop. Explain the problem, show the mistake you made, show the solution you discovered, and show the result after implementation. After you are done with all the micro loops, start closing the macro loop and at the end show a bunch of results. So for example, it not only helped me, but it also helped this person, and this person. And at the end, do a call to action. So this is how you do a VSL if you have a really cool story, proof, and a big following. Now, if you have a smaller following and one or two outstanding case studies, this is what you do. Call out your ICP. Simply put, for example, if you are a business owner, founder, 30-year-old man, after that, introduce your unique mechanism. This is the step-by-step formula, structure, system. After that, mention the biggest case study that you have. So for example, the same framework that helped John go from being 300 pounds overweight to having a six-pack. After that, start creating and closing loops the same way as we did here. At the end, go back to the case study. And this is exactly what we did to help John lose this 300 pounds. And at the end, of course, introduce a call to action. So this is how to create a VSL. Now, how do I create decision-making video? So first of all, you may even ask, what is a decision-making video? So a decision-making video is the first touch point that prospect will see after they book a call with you. And this video actually serves two purposes. The first one is to make sure that they actually show up to a call. And the second one is a call to action to make sure that they watch the VSL. So let's break it down. First of all, calendar and confirmation urgency. So you just start with saying, hey, first I need you to do one thing. Please go to your calendar and confirm this appointment. After that, establish credibility. So for example, my name is Michael and I help info and service-based businesses scale. After that, address their pain points. For example, I usually speak with and just list the problems that people are facing. After that, just briefly introduce the unique mechanism. So just tell them that you usually use this mechanism to help with their struggles. At the end, show proof, set expectations to a call, so this is pretty important, so that they don't waste your time. And at the end, do a call to action. Okay, this is how to create a decision-making video. And now the last one, how do I create retargeting ads? So retargeting ads are those type of creatives that we use for people who are already in our ecosystem, right? So those might be your followers, people who interacted with your content. And don't worry, I'm literally gonna show you how to set them up in Ads Manager, but yeah, first let's talk about how to actually create them. So start with a call out. So for example, if you're an ICP wanting to ideal scenario, right? So let me just use the simple example here with all of those. So like a fitness coach example, right? So if you are a man wanting to lose 20 pounds, then state your offer. I'm going to guarantee you the ideal scenario in time with unique mechanism or reverse risk, right? So let's use the fitness example. I'm going to guarantee you a six-pack in 6 months with my six-pack in 6 month mechanism, or you get your money back. Then expand with 3 key results. So for example, common mistake used to be enough, but in 2025, this method is bad. So we implement step 1 so you can ideal scenario. And at the end, just close with social proof. So not only did it help John, but also it helped Marcel and Kevin. And at the end, do a hard call to action, right? So if you want more info on how it works, just click this ad and DM me the word X. And as I mentioned, if it doesn't work for you, you don't pay. So click this ad, DM me X, and I will contact you soon. So this is how you create retargeting ads that constantly make anywhere from 5 to 10 ROAS. Okay, so optimize funnel entry done. Start creating VSL, decision video retargeting ads done. Day 2, objectives. Post hand raiser story campaign, start stealing free leads. Simply put, more high converting stories equals more money. So let me show you one real life example that we've been using that works really well. The last years I've helped a amount of ideal client avatar. What would you like to learn more about? And you just list the 4 hottest topics. Then you message every single person that clicks on this Instagram poll. And this is how you start a conversation with them. So you just send a voice note starting conversation saying, hey John, just noticed that you voted on my poll. What is exactly that you want to learn more about when it comes to ABC? Of course, you always start with most active people going to least active. So that means that you start with people who actually click on this poll, then to people who like this poll, then those who just view this poll, and this is how you do it. Okay, so posting hand raiser story done. Let's go to the second one. Stealing free leads. And that's, to be honest, where the really juicy part starts. But before that, let me actually stop you here and tell you something that you probably never heard. And that's a statement that having a strong competition is actually a good thing. And now look, I know it sounds kind of crazy, right? But because of that, you can easily see what is working and what's not, get inspiration, and most importantly, and legally steal free ready to buy leads. And this is exactly how you do it. And I'm gonna show you a real life example of the numbers, but first let's talk about how to do it. Find 3 to 5 competitors in your niche that are currently running ads. Check who is engaging with those ads. After that, start conversations with them with either a yes or no question, or you can actually use the same exact strategy that we use with those numbers that I'm going to show you in a second. So for example, you also follow John Smith. just curious, and then you post the yes or no question. And the whole purpose with it is to just get a reply, so don't overthink that. Just think about what's the simplest way to get people to reply. After that, record a personalized Loom where you just talk about your proof, talk about your unique mechanism, and the whole call to action at the end is you just literally say, if that was valuable, let me know, and I can send you a 20-minute video about that. And that's literally it. You just send it and you just ask, let me know when you give it a try, because I'm really curious if you will find it valuable. And after they reply to you and you chat with them for a little, you offer either an asset or a call. So you can literally say that, yeah, John, I can do two things for you. So either I can send you like a 20-minute video about this topic, or actually even better for you, maybe we can just have like a chat sometime later this week. And this is how they get booked, and this is how you make money. And as I said, we did the same exact thing with the client, and this is how it went. So we sent 426 DMs in total. We got 102 replies, so that means 24% reply rate. After that, 77 people viewed the Loom, so that's 75% view rate. And now the really important one, so 33% of people actually then replied to it, and we had a conversation with. And this metric basically shows how good the Loom is. So if this is much lower, and it can be at the beginning, that means that you need to work on the Loom itself. Now, out of those 40 conversations, we booked 8 calls, so 21% convo to book ratio. 7 of them showed up, so that's 87% show up rate. And we closed 2 of them, so 28% close rate. And with just that, we added 2,736 cash collected in pounds. So that means 3,736 USD. Okay, so we posted hand raiser story and we started stealing free leads. Now, day 3, objectives. Get landing page done, launch ads. So now we begin the exciting part. Let's scale this to the moon. Landing page. Now let me stop you here for a second, because a lot of people, for no reason at all, overcomplicate this step. And when I mean that there is no need for that, is that you can literally set up a fast, clean page on Notion with a decision-making video on top and a VSL on the bottom. And when people book with you, they are immediately redirected to this page. Also, of course, this is the same exact page that you will be sending to all the people through the email pre-call sequences. And this page will be a very good friend to you, because it will literally take completely cold people that are either coming from the outreach or from the ads, and it will turn them into warm prospects. Okay, so we have a landing page. Now let's talk about how to launch ads. So at this point, right, so after 2 days, you should already have freshly baked ad creatives. And it's time to put them to good use. Because right now, literally the only thing standing between you and a lot of cash is creating a lookalike audience and launching ads. So let's break it down step by step. So you just go to your ad manager, into audiences, and you click create audience. Then you click your Instagram account. After that, you go to events and you start clicking them one by one. So for example, when you click just the people who follow you, you can name them IG followers. And as I said, you do this with all of them. After that, you just go to your campaign level and you start clicking those one by one. So at the end, and it should look something like this. And after that, you just launch the ads and you can literally sit, relax, and enjoy new leads coming in. So we have a landing page and we have ads running. So day 4 to 6, the objectives is literally rinse and repeat. Because after that point is just seeing which ad performs the best and improving on that. So yeah, this is literally what we did with our client to make almost $7,000 in just 6 days. And as you can see, 2 of those sales were from the stealing method and the last one was from the ads. So yeah, I hope it was very valuable for you. Feel free to take this and implement this to your business. And of course, if you want my help with that, just message me on Instagram. Peace.